So yeah, I don't know, man. Jalen, you think I was bugging or what?
Yeah, I think you were.
But
If
he
I'm gonna be
wasn't
honest.
strong though.
But that's not the reason you're there, though.
Well, but it.
There's really no but. You were there for a reason, and
He.
obviously it was important enough for your wife to pick the therapist. So I think you should take it seriously and look past the fact that he might not be stronger than you and you could possibly pick him up. I don't think that has nothing to do with why you two were there. I think that's
No,
just
but
you trying to find a reason to get out of said thing, then take it seriously.
he was not strong though.
No, I just think you didn't find it important to care.
No, that's the thing. If you don't
No,
resonate,
yeah, you didn't find it important enough to care. That's why you was paying attention to everything else than why you were actually there. You ever thought
no,
about it that way?
I'm trying to. I just the
See,
nigga
you
was
try
small.
you so no, you haven't. Like
All right, just let me say this part. The nigga was small.
And
What?
statue?
that ain't got
Yeah.
Him.
nothing to do with
Why
nothing.
you keep pausing after that? Like
Him.
that's
Okay, so
taking
you but
me
what you're trying
out.
to say is he wasn't like this. He was just small. Because you're not that tall either, brother.
I'm not small. I ain't say.
You that
I ain't say he
that's
was
why I was trying to
short.
I said he wasn't husky. He was fragile.
Yes.
Okay.
How long
So
did
So
she
you
had to pick
last?
the therapist. So she, if she had to pick the therapist, that was more so like your, you know what I'm saying? Like how you talking, like he was supposed to
No,
be.
no,
Would you been looking at
it would
her
have still been
sideways?
some. It would have still been
Yeah.
some because it's not important to him.
Yeah, that shit. I don't know. I just you might be
The-
Callie. I'm maybe.
He would have found something else.
I didn't
Man, I
see.
feel
yeah.
I ain't see no
Because he was gonna
value.
go anyway.
I ain't see no value in that shit.
now if she would have been like, "Hey, let's go fight it out in the boxing ring." He would have been hyped for that. He would have been on par, paying attention. Wear my boxing glove. He would have been happy because that's what he wants to do. He don't want to go to therapy.
Yeah, I just it was this
I
idea. I'm
agree.
like, okay. But I'm like, we got we got other prescriptions.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Did you say yes on the first round?
what about going?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, nah.
I about to say it took me
How
about
long?
3, 4 times to convince a brother to go to therapy with me.
How long did you last in therapy? Him?
I
That's
think we
was my
went
question.
4 or 5 times. She could have been one. I can't remember none of that shit.
It's not important.
That shit is so generic too.
It, okay, I have to disagree because this brings up a point that Kylie said earlier about damn, finally somebody said it out loud. Him, when I went to therapy for the first time with my person at the time, that first therapy session was all I needed. It was like, whoop. It don't even be, I don't even think like it just be like you be knowing sometimes, but sometimes you do need an outside force to just be like, you ain't tripping. And we didn't hold no punches at all. I was a little embarrassed, to be frank. Um, so yeah, I think it could work sometimes. It could
Now,
work.
here's where I do see a value in it for you guys as ladies. That third person is like y'all get more emboldened.
I knew you was gonna flip it and reverse it. Per usual. No. It's not even in a bolding. It's like so okay, I'm not gonna discredit what you said. Yes, sometimes it could be that.
You did
Or
discredit by saying
other
sometimes.
times, discord is therapy.
No, I said you
And
discredited by saying sometimes.
oh no. The point in the moral of the story is him. Sometimes you need somebody else to be like, you ain't tripping.
That's all. Well,
Pigs are definitely flying.
and that's my point. Y'all want confirmation and affirmation for bullshit.
It don't even be bullshit. Sometimes it be like should I leave? Because I done been through, we done invested this, we done did this, we done created this. And sometimes you don't want to leave because you invested so much. But then you sit in there and you just like, all right, I'm gonna go. But then you look at the kids or you look at whatever you built, you think about shit, you be like, no, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna ride it out, I'm gonna ride it out. But then you finally you could go to the therapist, and once you hear the same confirmation from someone else, and then the nigga confirms it in real time, it's just like, oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying, Aaliyah?
No,
She needed confirmation to be right.
Mhm.
It wasn't being right. Well, I guess to make the right
It was.
decision, because I didn't want to throw away. Oh my goodness.
You let another person tell you to quit your
Yeah.
lifetime commitment.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like,
It
the
wasn't
therapist
even
is-
quit the lifetime commitment.
You know what? Where my lemon drop at?
No. We're not about to him. You're not about to.
Nah,
you're not
let
going to
me-
clip that up.
Let
and
me
you're not
get
about
my
to get that
let
off.
me get my lemon drop. God damn it! Hold on, Callie.
Hold on.
Wait.
That's one of my favorite.
I hate
Here.
it here.
No. I'm about to warm it up. 1 second.
Damn.
It's not that. It's not that at all. It's not the point that it took a stranger to break up the relationship. It's the point of the matter is you knew. And because you wanted, and maybe this is a little bit delusional, but I don't know. It get like that sometimes. But you wanted it. You
Naughty.
thought it was something. You're trying to make it something
Claudia.
else. So once somebody literally puts it down black and white, and then really you start to
Why
add
you
it
need
up and
somebody else
subtract
to
it,
put it down black and white?
because sometimes that's what it takes.
Oh my God. This is such-
Sister.
No, I understand.
Like sometimes that's what it takes. Oh my goodness.
Life, do your push up, boy.
I think okay.
I think Life said he might have said nigga hush. Did he say don't talk to him, boy?
I mean, it's not that the therapist. Okay, so from my understanding, right, the therapist is not supposed to translate anything for you. It's more so about helping you to facilitate the conversation with the other person. So, in essence, through said conversations, you can make your understanding. But the therapist is, from my understanding, I don't think the therapist is supposed to speak for you.
But
Yeah.
Or
Like
so
they
the
get a
therapist,
translator,
that's the
right?
thing,
They do,
Holly. The
though.
therapist isn't speaking. What I'm saying is, while we're breaking this down in real time, I'm seeing, oh, this ain't never going to change. This is exactly what I think it is. So the therapist was never like giving me no advice. The advice wasn't never there. It was just when we was actually having the conversation and we was like breaking it down, it was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to deal with. So either I'm going to deal with this or I'm going to leave. Because for me, it was known that this was something that wasn't going to change.
Yo. And
no matter what I did to try to change
wasn't it already like that before therapy? Wasn't
Yes.
it already set up like that?
And nigga, Miss Nigga, please. What I'm trying to tell you, Aaliyah, what I'm trying to tell you is I understand that we're supposed to be just these strong people and we're supposed to have all these insight and just knowledge to do. We're human. So with me being a human, no, I went against the grain. I went against myself. And then the fucking light bulb clipped one day. And that's normally what happens. So I don't know.
Yo, this is the thing.
I was gonna be funny one more time. I thought, you know what?
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
start alone. No, because she said the light bulb just popped one day. I was gonna say that day was in therapy. Like that day has to be in therapy when the light bulb flicks on for you. Side. Does it have to be in therapy? Why does it have to be in therapy? That's all I'm asking. Like you can't go to your family
I'm
member
not
for
saying
counsel.
that the therapy was the aha moment. Because even in that moment where the light bulb was like, oh, this is what it's going to be, I still stayed more months. it wasn't until I could leave. And like I said, some things is just not just leaving when the shit rough. Like you have to plan, prepare. You have to work yourself up to leave and to establish a life without someone. Like I said, as much as we would like to think that it's just so easy to walk away, I don't know. It's not.
But initially, you
No,
went to
it's
therapy
definitely
because you
not.
wanted to try to save it. And then when you talked to the
Yes, we went to
therapist,
yes, we
you
went
ended
to
up
couple
coming up with the conclusion he's just not him, she, whatever, it's not going to change whatever it is they have going on.
yes.
That's exactly what it was.
Listen,
So it's like you kind of already knew, but while you were going through it in therapy, having the same conversations as you had prior, you was just like, even when trying to get help, is he's not vested in it type deal. So that's when the light bulb came on, because it's like, okay, well, this conversation is supposed to be, we're trying to work on something, but you know what I mean, this is not even working in the help that we're trying to get. And that's when you saying that's when the light bulb came on. Like even in the midst of trying to get help, it still sounds exactly the same as it was before. Is that kind of what you were saying, Saad?
you know what I'm getting? The therapist sucked. Right? The therapist was Snoop Dogg shit. If you go in hoping to fix something and it breaks completely while in therapy, the therapist sucks. Krishana, if I go to the gym with you and you my trainer and I get fatter, you're a good trainer? That's what I'm saying. They can't do nothing for like that shit is ass backwards.
Well, therapy can only go so far.
To your
You know
point,
what I'm
yes.
saying?
And even to Callie's point, yes, therapy can only go so far. So you can have an instructor, but you do have to follow the rules. So I can be a good instructor, but if you do not follow and you only follow when I'm instructing you, then it's not going to be effective. So that's a big part to play in that as well.
Uh-huh.
And then also when you go into couple therapy, it does take two. So to Kylie's point earlier, it doesn't matter how much one puts in if the other one isn't going to meet halfway to try to also make it successful.
This sounds.
Dude, don't say halfway. It was a whole thing. Meet in the middle.
This is
Don't
and
say
this.
halfway.
So, and this is the problem. This goes back to y'all childhood, Aaliyah.
Why you say that?
Yeah. It go back to shit like Tea Party or playing house. It's like, who fucking wins? Does anybody ever win at any of these games? What happens? Every time my daughters open up their little restaurant, the service is bad, the tea too sweet, but they just be happy. I'm like, hold on, this is not good. And I'm just thinking like therapy. Does it resonate with y'all because kind of that's like the modus operandi? You go to a place that can't give you answers. Lawfully, they cannot give you answers.
Direct mm-hmm. Direct answer, sorry.
I don't know, man.
So, okay, if you don't have, because I wouldn't think that therapy would be the first place that people go, right? They would probably go to their outside support system, like, mother, father, uncle, you know what I'm saying, like that, somebody who was in that same realm that would be able to help guide you through it or whatever, right? Hopefully together, but sometimes, oftentimes not, because it's your side of the family, this, that, and the third. If you can't be completely honest with them, just like if you can't be completely honest with the therapist, that outside counsel isn't going to work. So I would think that, just putting that off to the side, I would think that people would go to their outside sources first. You need a third party to help navigate with all these different moving pieces that's going on inside the relationship. I think people go to therapy because they don't have that support system, that network of people personally. That's just my educated guess. If you don't have that, if you don't have that friend that's going to be completely honest with you and call you on your own bullshit while also being able to call bullshit on what somebody else is doing, if they can't point the finger at you first and call you on your shit, if you don't have that kind of people around you, then somebody would probably go to a third person who they are not connected to at all whatsoever to be able to call the balls and the strikes or help you call the balls and the strikes.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah. Therapists don't even play baseball. I don't know. I didn't get a good, and I'm saying feeling when Saul was conveying what happens.
There are people that may not need therapy though. Like Hamp, you are a demonstration of somebody who would not be suitable for a therapist.
Why?
Because you went to one and it didn't work out for you because you were too
Day
concerned
one.
with how they looked versus listening to what they said. And you're fairly educated as well, so I'm sure that you have enough experience and wisdom where that may not be a good source for you. You would need something else.
Well, I always say, per Albert Einstein, once you stop learning, you start dying.
Which is true, but you have to choose your sources wisely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see it as a source that, my presupposition is that science doesn't even apply to us. Right? There are several precedents in Proverbs that we adopt, but if you don't know all the verses, then you have nothing to lean on. There's so many answers at our fingertips. And I just don't know how this, I would even argue, pseudoscience of therapy that stems from the Greeks applies to us. I just don't understand it.
Okay, so what would be the difference, right, between talking to a therapist, as far as what the therapist's constraints are versus talking to your friend? Is it that the therapist can't call you on your shit? Is that like the breaking point for you when it comes to going to therapy versus talking to, saying your personal counsel?
Yeah, I think that accountability matters for sure. A person being able to know if you, are being dishonest. I think that's uberly important because you could fool anybody.
Yeah.
Especially someone who has they're not even from where you from. Like all joke aside, right? Like the therapist, me and the gentleman aren't even from the same place. Like we were having a disconnect in a conversation with the brothers in the Discord because we don't even come from the same areas. So the brothers on the West Coast didn't connect with us, brothers on the East Coast, on the principle that we were discussing because it's not the same. So it's just like this person don't even resonate with me. I'm being serious now, like the small, you know what I'm saying? But like that has to matter. You're not from the environment. You've never been subject to such things. You don't understand the language. You don't understand the set of principles that are bestowed on you from Yeha. Now you gonna tell me something about myself based on the Greeks? I just don't. And then you can't give me an answer. You have to talk around it to make me work to the problem. Like people are good at that, which is why what's the first rule of AA? Admitting you have a problem, and people fail the first 7 days. So I don't know. That's without me joking and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say all of that sounds better than he was small.
Yeah. That just sounds funny as hell though.
With the pause.
Yeah.
Pause if you have to.